My name is Kim Barrett. Have you ever played frisbee in the backyard or at the park or at the beach with your friends? Many people don't realize that ultimate frisbee is a real sport. As Mitch Moxley said in his 2009 CNN article titled Ultimate Frisbee is Hardcore, there are more than 5 million players in the US and 50 countries worldwide with ultimate organizations. Many people who are familiar with the game refer to it simply as ultimate. Personally, I have played ultimate for about 6 years now. I have captained my last 3 leagues in Boone, 2 of which we came in first place in the championships. Ultimate, for the purpose of teaching, is very easy to compare with other sports that very many people know. So while you may not have heard of Ultimate before, you'll see why so many people enjoy it. The homepage of the Ultimate Frisbee headquarters website describes Ultimate as a non-contact sport played by 2 teams of 7 on a field similar to that of a football field. As a non-contact sport, you will not need the same physical abilities you would with contact sports. There are positions that require only minimal effort, although I don't recommend that, in order for you to get involved. It is important to remember that minimal effort will only fly in lower levels of the game, like pickup Ultimate Frisbee. But as the What is Ultimate section of the USA Ultimate website says, anyone can play and is the perfect sport to introduce to children. Along with few physical requirements, there are few material requirements. The first thing that you're going to need is a field. Any field. A park, a school, anywhere that you can find an open patch of field, you can play. The next thing that you're going to need is field markers of any sort. Cones are great. They're cheap. You can get them at Walmart for like $4. You can use frisbees to mark your field. You can use water bottles. You can use anything that you can, as long as you can mark the out of bounds and your end zones. The next thing that you're going to need is a disc. You can use any disc. You can design your own disc if you want to. This was a personally designed disc for our Boone League. You can find Ultimate disc for as little as $7. And the classic weight for Ultimate Frisbee is 175 grams. That's all you need. That's all that you have to have, except for the people to play it. Optionally, there are many more things that you could use. The first thing that I will always recommend are cleats. Soccer cleats work great, but really you can use any cleats. If you're gonna play even once a week, I would definitely recommend those. The next thing, again, completely optional, is jerseys. It's just gonna help you determine who's on what team while you're on the field. So you can have short sleeve, you can have long sleeve. These are an actual jersey material, but you don't even have to have that. You can really just use dark and light colors. They don't have to be black and white, but dark and light are the easiest ways to determine who's on what team quickly. Another thing you could use is something to keep score on. You don't have to use anything. You could just play for fun, or you could just keep score in your head. But if you want something to keep score on, it's not too hard to make. You can find something cheap. Even something like this disc will have somewhere to keep score on, although it would wipe off during your game. But you don't have to keep score. Finally, basic rules of the game are few and not very hard to learn. The first thing is you're going to need 7 on the line. That would be the line of scrimmage. You're each going to start with 7 on your line of scrimmage in your end zones. When the disc is pulled across the field, you need to have 7 on that line. You can't have more than that. You shouldn't have less. The next thing is going to be your out of bounds. So any 4 of these lines are going to be your out of bounds. Traveling, you can't travel, which is similar to basketball, but not quite the same. You're allowed to run with the disc for as long as you have momentum when you catch the disc. That's approximately 2 steps. Possession, so whenever it is your disc, it's your team's. Whenever you drop it, or you have a bad throw, or a defensive maneuver, or whenever they stall you out, it's a turnover and it's the other team's. Scoring does go to 13 in normal games, but it can go beyond that. Finally, the most important is spirit of the game. The game section of What is Ultimate perfectly emphasizes what this means by saying that Ultimate is unique in that it is refereed by the players themselves, even at World Championship level. That means that we, as players, make all the calls that we hate referees for in the Super Bowl. We are meant to uphold the spirit of the game by making fair and just calls for all rules involved. So although you may not have heard of the sport of Ultimate before, there are most likely opportunities to get involved in your area, or you can create your own opportunity to play with friends. Ultimate is a very fun and very real sport with few requirements and simple rules that many people are becoming more and more involved with. Give it a shot and be one of those people. Thank you.